Hey, welcome listeners to another intriguing episode of The Big Show. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and today we're going to dive deep into one of the most perplexing and emotional aspects of the human relationship. That age-old question of how difficult is it to know if your woman truly loves you? Now, we all know that when it comes to matters of love and matters of the heart, love is an enigmatic force that's inspired poets, artists, songwriters, philosophers all throughout the ages.
A secondhand emotion.
Secondhand Turner. I remember that song. And this whole love thing, man. I mean, it can be exhilarating, it can be passionate, it can be all-consuming. Yet it also, on the other hand, can be elusive. It can be leaving us with like nagging doubts and endless questions, especially in today's world where emotions are very complex. Communications can be challenging, and vulnerability is often met with hesitation.
Yeah.
A lot of us find ourselves navigating a labyrinth of uncertainty out there, and a lot of the questions I get during my coaching is derived off of the opposite sex, which I've said many times. And when the men or the women, they find someone of the opposite sex that they're really connected to, that they really are interested in, they're wondering, is it love or is it something else? Are they genuine or are they playing a facade? Are those words and actions genuine, or are they just merely a superficial gesture from the opposite sex? And people are, again, they're left perplexed on what's the other person really feeling. So, folks out there on YouTube and folks out there on Facebook, good to see you guys again. Sorry for the delay last week. We were in London, England at the ARC convention, rubbing elbows with some really awesome people. There's a lot of great things coming about. Eric went live today, and he kind of mentioned a few things that we were out there doing, but we had some great interviews with some awesome men and women out there, and we're really excited to share some of that stuff with you here in the upcoming future. But today, however, it's a matter of the heart, and here to help me uncover these mysteries is a man that knows a little bit or two about relationships himself. He is the first one that I call when zombies on Call of Duty begin to overrun me. It is my good friend, Dwayne Ward.
Cheerio, Governor.
Oh, cheerio. Oh, I see you have a proper podcast today.
Cheerio to everybody.
Man.
Give some props out. Jimmy did, was your first ever national, the Great Britain National News Network, little thing there. I'm trying to remember the word. Remember all the big words here. The little segment. There we go. Segment.
Yeah.
It appeared on the website and everything. The GB network did your first one, and you slayed it. You killed it. Did a great job.
Man. Yeah. So what he's talking about, folks, is I had a rare opportunity to be on GBN, which is the Great Britain's news network, and I went live right there at the ARC convention. Pretty nerve-wracking, to his point. I tried to ask, hey, what kind of questions are you going to ask me today? And he said, we're going to ask A, B, and C. They didn't ask any of that stuff. I mean, she was throwing some hardball questions out there, but in Big Show fashion, hopefully I knocked it out of the park. I did the best I could. And I tell you, when the lights are on, the cameras are rolling, there's 4 big, huge cameras pointing at your face. Yeah. And you know that you're there live. It's not something anyone could just pull off. It was kind of nerve-wracking there, but it's just another way that Dad Talk Today is just trying to get out there and spread the word for men all over the world. And I would tell you guys, we think that America is the one that's going through it, but just about every country out there, not all of them, but just about every country out there is going through a lot of this, nuclear family separation. Men go one way, women go the other. Women independent, strong, don't need no man. Men going fine, then F it, then I won't need you myself. And I tell you, when one sex wins, both sexes lose. And we've seen that for the last 30 years, where women have been racking up some insurmountable wins in the court system, in the household. And when one sex wins, they both lose. And it's not about men winning this time and women winning this time. It's about, let's get back together. Let's love each other. Mm-hmm. Let's make this a relationship work. And the outcome will be, we'll have better kids. Our children will reap the benefits, because children are the collateral damage to failed marriages. They're the collateral damage to successful marriages. You guys probably know this very, very well, but your kids are watching and they are listening, even when you think they're not. And they are picking up all the subtleties and all the in-your-face comments, actions, arguments, all those things. And we're seeing, especially in young boys out there, the repercussions of not having fathers in the home. So this ARC convention, the ARC stands for the Alliance of Responsible Citizens. And it's just where some of the brilliant minds of men and women get together and talk about how to change culture and society. And one of the biggest things that he talked about over and over and over is the lack of good male role model, good male figure in the household, because what it's happening to our children. So, they asked me a few questions on my thoughts. If you guys get a chance, go on to Dad Talk Today Facebook. You'll see that Eric had posted my interview, and you'll be able to click on the link. If you guys don't find that, just go to GBN, that stands for Great Britain News, gbn.com, and then look for the little magnifying glass and type in Jimmy Smith and push enter, and my video will be the first one that pops up. But until then, let's go ahead and the pipe was a good look, by the way.
Yeah, I went with that. Also,
Man, I wish you were there, Dwayne. You would have had a blast with us. I wish you were there.
I think I've been like the Clark Griswold. They would have like been kicking me out of the country or whatever. Because I would go with this T-shirt.
Shit show supervisor, in effect.
That would have been, that's how it would have showed up. But it would have been fun. But hey, we're gonna be getting together here in a couple weeks.
That's right. We're gonna be meeting up and doing a little hunting. So I'm looking forward to that trip. A little hunting here in America.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know? Because I knew this, but I really forgot until I got there. Their steering wheels are on our passenger side of the car, and they drive on the left side of the road.
Right.
Yeah, it was very, very weird. I think I probably got 5 or 6 Ubers, and I think 2 or 3 times I literally tried to get into passenger side of the car, and I opened the door, and he's sitting there like,
"Yes, sir."
I'm like, sorry. I'm from America.
America.
Forgive me. But today, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to explore all the intricate facets of love. We're going to talk about the barriers and try to understand those barriers. We're going to try to figure out the ways in which we are often misinterpreted. We're going to try to figure out what the signs are for true love. So, folks, today what you're going to do is you're going to hear some stories from Dwayne and I, some insights, and some personal experiences from a couple guys who have grappled with this universal mystery. And I'm going to do you guys a solid. I'm going to also give you guys my advice on 2 of my personal favorites that I look for whenever I wonder if the woman that I'm dating loves me or not. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. And let's dive into attempt to decipher this intricate puzzle of love. Now, whether you're in a romantic relationship, a long-term LTR, or simply just curious about the human heart's deepest desires, I'm going to do the best I can to offer valuable sights and perhaps even some solace in your own requests for love's authenticity. So I'm going to do the best I can. It's time to explore some of the depths of the human heart together, because in the end, I think that understanding love might just be one of the most challenging but rewarding journeys that we can ever embark on. Because women they do certain things with the men that they love that they wouldn't do with just any man. And are
we keeping this PG or?
Yeah, we're trying to make this PG-13, not rated X.
Okay. All right, gonna have to dial back a little bit. All right.
some of these actions may seem small or insignificant, but they hold a deeper meaning, and they show the strength of their feelings for their significant other. These women do.
All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to explore a few things that women only do with the men that they love, that showcase the depths and intimacy of their relationship. And one of the first things that I want you guys to be aware of is when a woman likes you, what she will do is she's going to share her innermost thoughts and feelings with you. Women don't always share their innermost thoughts and feelings, because one of the most significant signs of trust and intimacy in a relationship is when a woman feels comfortable enough to share those thoughts. and feelings with her partner, because that level of vulnerability can only be achieved when there's a deep love and trust between two people. So sometimes that's her talking about her fears, her dreams. Sometimes it's her insecurities, but women truly open up to the men that they care about. People in love, they often share a profound emotional connection with their partner. They confide in each other. They discuss their hopes and fears, and they offer emotional support. So if your woman that you're dating starts to open up about some deep, dark stuff, you know there's a level of trust there.
Okay.
Another one too is that she starts to go out of her comfort zone with you, because love can push people to do things that they never thought capable of. With the support and encouragement of a loved one, women find themselves stepping out of their comfort zone and trying new things. Keep it 13. Keep it
PG. Or what are we talking about here? I'm confused. It's like making a special dinner, or going to a comic book convention when it's not normally the thing they would do. I mean,
yes.
Okay, all right, that.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Sorry, there's a lot of programming.
There's not a lot of women that's going to want to go to Comic-Con. I mean, let's just be honest.
Yeah, you would be surprised.
I'm not saying there's not women there. I'm saying that and out there in the world.
Right, yeah. Most women.
It would be a needle in a haystack to find one, though, right?
A needle in a needle stack, actually. Right. Yeah, it is rare that, you'll coax women that aren't already into Comic-Cons and nerd stuff to do it. But then once they get there, they like it. So.
Right. But my point is that if you find one that would never went to Comic-Con, and then she's willing to go because of you, she likes you.
Yeah, she wants to spend time with you, and
playing video games.
Although
watching,
Star Wars,
Transformers, Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever. So these acts that they do could be as simple as exploring new hobbies, taking on a new challenge, but it shows a willingness to grow and evolve in the relationship. And that's the point that I want to make.
Well, is that what would you say, though, to a woman that refuses to do that, or she only wants to do the things that she wants to do and not the things that you want to do? Like, if she wants to go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's, or, the kind of a traditional girl thing, and you do that with her, but then she wouldn't want to go to a Comic-Con or whatever with you. Well, I mean,
I would say that those are red flags, because she might like the idea of being in a relationship, but she's not willing to participate and do what's needed to make a relationship long lasting.
Okay. Because
that would be a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If you went to Hobby Lobby, did you want to go?
No.
Right. we're not jumping at the idea to go into a Michael's.
Yeah.
But if we do it, it's because we're doing it because we care about her.
Right. Yeah.
So it has to be reciprocated.
There we go. Okay.
So if she doesn't do some of the things that you do, guys, that's a red flag that she may not be in love with you yet. She might like you, but she's not necessarily in love. So another thing too that women do, and they do it with the guys that they care about, is that they take care of their partner. Women will sometimes innately take on the role of caregiver in a relationship, but there's a difference. There's a difference between doing it out of obligation and doing it out of love.
Yes. Yeah.
So when a woman truly loves her partner, she'll go above and beyond to take care of them in any way possible. When women are saying to you that your happiness makes me happy, that's a sign that she's into you.
When she gets kind of in her feminine role or takes on traditional feminine qualities, like she willingly, without griping or complaining, like does the laundry. And it's not as a, she's a stay at home, or, you're mowing the lawn. I mean, you're pulling your part of it as well, but kind of a traditional, she does the laundry and doesn't gripe about it, remind you that she's done it every 5 seconds.
Right.
That would be an example of she's doing it out of love, not obligation or to get one up on you or something.
It could be her cooking you your favorite meal.
Right.
It could be her caring for you when you're sick. These small acts of kindness shows a depth of a woman's love.
And guys are more physical and want the like they don't want to hear words. They want to see actions. And
That's right.
I know we're bordering on the gutter. I mean, that'll probably be this entire show. I'll be honest. But as far as acts and hearing words like "oh, you're a great person," "you're a this," "you got big muscles," whatever. That's all fine and good, but actions. We want to see. That tells us that it's not just words. There's actions behind it, and that's what really teaches or tells us that the person loves us.
100%.
Yeah.
So Mike's back on from Sweden. He finally got to catch the actually opening of the show. So yes, we have an opener.
Yeah. You're welcome.
But another thing too is that they introduce you to their friends and family.
Oh yeah.
Women don't always want to do that.
When's a good time frame? I mean, I've known people, and I've got a little bit of experience on my own. But when is the right time to introduce that significant other to your friends, family, and with a lot of the blending that's going on, and with a lot of people that'll be on watching this? What do you think? They're your kids, their kids. When do you think is a reasonable?
Let me ask a question with another question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
When do you think would be a good time to introduce your girl to your kids?
As far as on paper, that I would say 6 months or a year after you've established and you've vetted her out, and she's passed. There's no red flags.
And what are you doing? Like when you say vetter, what are you vetting?
You're asking questions, seeing if the answers match what her words matches her actions. She's sane or sane-ish, and she says she wants to be in a long-term relationship. And you're like, okay, I this is the structure I have. Like for me, it's I have a very specific structure on how the household works, and if she's falling in line with that structure, and and there's no crazy issues, then I would say after 6 months to a year, it would make sense to then start introducing around to friends, family, and I would say, well, kids. Friends and family maybe a little bit sooner if there's nothing crazy going on.
I agree with you. I'm on the same page. I'm thinking friends and family between 3 and 6 months.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep. Children 6 months to a year.
Right. Yeah.
Like you go ahead and vet. You go weed them out the first 3 months.
Yep.
After 3 months, let your friends and family get a hold of them and see
and do that
if they're detecting red flags.
And that's why it's important to have good, real friends and real family. That they're going to, not in a jerky way, but they're going to vet that person out because they have your best interest at heart. If you're dating Susie Crazy or whatever, and you think, and you're ignoring the red flags for various reasons, and you get a hold of your buddies and they're like, Susie's a little nutty. They're not saying it to be mean. They're saying it because they want the best. They know that you guys aren't going to work out. Like, if in your situation, like, you're a physical guy, you work out, you take into your health, and you've ignored the flag that her favorite time is to eat a carton of double stuffed Oreos on the couch and not do anything.
Yeah,
okay with it. One of the guys will be like, you guys may not be a match.
Right.
She'd probably be a match for me because I'm like double stuff. As long as they're double stuffed Oreos, then I'm good. If those singles, I'm like, no, I want the full doubles. But yeah, I mean, the whole 3 months would probably be that arena because you want to see if the first date everyone's on their best behavior. By maybe the third, fourth date, that's when things start getting real a little bit. They can't keep a lid on the crazy, and then you start really finding out what's going on. You find out if their words match their actions, like stories they tell you or whatever, and then you can figure it out. You don't want to introduce everybody to your friends and family, but yeah.
Even Sophie said that she had a list, and the husband had a list for her. She passed. She had a list for him. He passed, and was quite a few wonderful years into our marriage that we found each other past each other's list.
I have a funny story on that. My second wife, again, I've been married a total 3 times for those just tuning in, but my second wife, I wrote up a contract and had all the things in there that I wanted out of a future spouse, and sat down, went through it. Of course, she lied and said, "Oh yeah. The respect thing, the structure of the house, man leaves the house, all that stuff." And then literally the second she got the ring on her finger, she went woohoo. But Yeah. And the thing is, guys and girls, have your list. You need to either mentally or have it written down. This is the things you're looking for. These are the things that are going to keep you happy. And when you're dating, you should be, quote, interviewing. You should be vetting these people out.
Yeah, 100%. Mike actually posted the link for if you guys want to see the video right there. So there you go. Just add a point after the GB News and replace the domain with the 3-letter version.
There you go.
And just to make sure we understand, it's Switzerland, not Sweden.
Okay.
Was it you that said that or me? I don't remember.
I don't know. I think it was maybe you, because I don't remember talking about Sweden or Switzerland.
Swedish women look way better than the ones here.
Oh, well.
He's honest.
Hey, there you go.
So, for most women, guys, their friends and family are an essential part of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Introducing a partner to them is not something that they take lightly. Women do not take that lightly.
Right.
And it often only happens when a woman sees a future in that person or hoping for one, right?
Yeah.
So this step, if she's willing to do that, it shows you guys that she values the opinion of her loved ones and wants them to get to know the person that she's interested in. So it's a good sign that she's, interested in you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things that I know Dwayne vets, and one of the things that he does is he looks for whether or not she shows levels of respect and appreciation.
That's a big one.
It's a big one. It's a big one for me as well. But a lot of our conversations, Dwayne, have been derived around that.
Yep.
And that was a part of your shit testing whenever you were out there dating.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Whenever that was, yeah. And and I give respect back. It's not like because I know people will say, "Oh, well, you're being an ogre and you're probably yelling." No, I would say I'm a very reasonable, rational person. Data, facts, figures. I'm a weird earlobe look away from being Mr. Spock. Or Data, whichever is going to go, Star Trek or whatever. And so when I talk, it's very calm, monotone. And I talk about things, and I use a lot of reason, and I expect that same level of respect back. And it's not just in tone; it's also in action. I mean, if I'm being lied to, being lied to is a big no-no. Yelling or conniving or stealing from me, or those are big, and that's low-hanging fruit. And I've had a number of women argue with me about what I would think would be a no-brainer. It's really weird. I mean, out there in the public square, they will say, "Well, women don't have to respect you," and I'm like, "Well, gone." And it should just be that easy. I mean, you should.
It's a big deal for men.
Yeah, and I mean, ladies, understand respect. I don't know or care if the Bible talk. If you look in, let's see, Ephesians 5:25. Off the top of my head, so remember this stuff. Men want to be respected above being loved. Is women are basically women want to be loved, men want to be respected. It's in the Bible that way. That is the higher thing to a man. Their highest priority is to be respected over being loved. Just and the Bible's gotten a couple things right over the years.
Just a couple. Mike, I guess it was me. It was me.
Yeah.
Apologies.
It's all good.
Looks like Lizzie's on. Hey, Lizzie, welcome to the show.
Buddy.
And for anyone who wants to reach out to me and have any questions, I posted my personal email address. You guys can reach me there. And our good friend Father X is on the show. He's got to make dinner. And Alienated GMA, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. So, so when it comes to her showing levels of respect and appreciation, women in love respect and appreciate their man, period.
Yeah.
And she will acknowledge your value and contributions to the racial relationship. So it's a big deal for men. And when a woman truly loves you, she's going to show those appreciation for what you do and the respect for who you are.
Yeah.
In addition to respect and appreciation, she'll also foster an attitude of adaptation and compromise.
Yes.
And that's a big one too. It's a big one. So women in love will involve adapting and compromising for the well-being of the relationship. It's not a my way highway with her or you.
Right.
So she becomes soft, she becomes cooperative, and she works at finding solutions for the both of you guys.
Right. Well, one of the things,
go ahead.
One of the things that, when I talk about respect, I know a lot of women will, that gets their hair all rustled up, it furs their mustaches, but they get mad. And I'm not. And my partner, I would think you would agree. You don't want a robot. I don't want a yes woman.
Right.
Well, on certain topics, yes, but if I'm approaching an issue, I approach it very logically, data, and I have my point of view. My wife is in a lot of ways my opposite. She approaches it with more feelings. She approaches it from her life experiences, which are different from mine.
Yep.
Man, woman. And when she can bring those to me and go, hey, have you thought about this? That's that respectful part of it. Not, oh, Dwayne, you're a moron, blah, 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 or I'm going to do it my own way anyway, or whatever. But he says, hey, Dwayne, I know that you said, 1 + 1 = 2. In my experience, I've seen, well, that's probably not a good example of where we would disagree, but she would bring like, hey, have you thought about this? There's a softness about it, not a curtness, not a, you're an idiot, or especially doing it in public in front of other people, stuff like that. That's a big turnoff for men. And, if you want to tell a man that you love him, don't do those things. Be respectful. Be, you disagreeing with your husband or your boyfriend, doing it in the right way and working together to find a solution. A lot of times you can change his mind on something if he's way off base. But at the end of the day, you chose him. So that's what you're putting. I mean, you're putting all those eggs in that one basket. Be sure who you're picking.
Yeah, good point. Hey guys, if you don't mind, hit the like button.
Yeah, like.
You guys, make sure that you share and subscribe to this channel. Also, if you know someone who would get value from this show, please don't be afraid to share it. I want this to reach as many people as they possibly can. For those of you guys right now that are listening live, put it in the comments section. What are some of your guys' ways that you know that she loves you? How do you guys determine it? Let's go to the comment section right here. And let's see.
Comment, actually.
My beautiful partner's green flags for me is that I talked kind and respectfully about my children's father. And she goes 50-50. I tell you what, that's a good one right there.
That is a big one.
If you are with someone and they're talking trash about their ex, that's a red flag.
Yeah. Unless it's well-founded. I mean, and to a degree, I mean, hopefully years have gone by and things have gotten better. But yeah, I mean, if it's well-deserved, that's one thing. But yeah, in general, because again, you have to think that if she, dumped her first husband or baby daddy and is just ruining his life, how do you think it's going to work when she dumps you? I mean, women don't change. Their people in general don't change. They have basic wiring.
The leopards keep their spots, don't they?
Exactly.
And Michael from Switzerland
said
that he said he once had a girlfriend, all okay, she loved me, but then she didn't want to talk to my Swiss dialect. She didn't want to talk his Swiss dialect anymore, didn't want me to visit her family with me, and I knew it was over.
Yeah, that's fun zone. I mean, that would be about it. I mean, if you're looking for a fun zone, that would probably be it. She'd want to take the relationship further.
It's a big deal. Even Ben says it.
Yeah. Respect, honesty, and appreciation. And I hear women fighting on those things. I had to say it, mostly American women, but I hear women arguing those things. And you're like, it's almost human decency, respect, honesty, and appreciation.
Yeah.
Just those are fundamentals to have a basic relationship. And then you say, well, what do you bring to the table? And they're like, this.
I am the table, she says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of table, Eric Carroll, he's interested in the dinner table. He says when she buys me food. That's when he knows that she loves him.
How many men have had a woman take them out on a picnic?
Have you really?
Yes, Randy. Never. All right, girls. I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you some behind the enemy lines info here. You want to show the guy you really love him? Take him for a surprise picnic. My bride took me on a picnic.
Where?
To the park.
To the park?
Yeah, it was a subway thing, and took me there, and yeah, we just had it was a fun impromptu. Did the whole thing, and it was like awesome.
Joy says that she will make you a priority.
Yep.
It's true. Eric throws his hands up. Hey, it is what it is. He likes food. But ladies, if you want to get with Eric, do not eat the food over in Europe. Oh, I'm sorry, over in London. Don't buy him that food. He's
not a fan.
He's not a fan. Neither am I. No offense to all my London people. But so let's move on. So one thing that I think a lot of men know, this one a lot of men know because we watch for this thing. So this is a little bit for the ladies, I suppose, but we know that she's into us whenever she supports our goals and our dreams.
Yes. Oh my God. That is huge.
Yeah. And we know it. We know when she don't, and we know when she does.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to ensure that guy puts up with all your crap, support his dreams. He will slay some dragons for you.
Yeah, he certainly will. And a woman who truly loves her partner will support his dreams and goals, even if it means sacrificing her time and energy.
Yeah.
Whether it's staying up late to help him study or cheering him on for a presentation. Yeah, a podcast, sure. The love and support of a partner can make all the difference in achieving success. Women help make better men. Women help make a man better than he could without her.
Yep.
And one of the biggest things that men do to vet women is determining whether or not she's going to support his dreams and goals. And it's weird that some of them don't, because most women are looking for men who are ambitious.
Well, it's hypergamy, and I'm saying this in a non-derogatory sense. They are wired. They have a hypergamous nature. They're looking for safety, security, support, those financial resources, and all that. And I totally get it. I mean, I'm not going to get with some broke dude. I want to get with someone that's going to it's going to be able to take care of me. I want to be a pampered princess.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want the guy to be ambitious. He's got goals. You don't want to be sitting around doing nothing and can't hold down a job and all that. Jeez. So
men know that women like ambitious men, but then when they turn right around and doesn't support your dreams and your goals, it's a little like an oxymoron.
Yeah.
It's kind of counterproductive, right? So another thing too that women do is that they'll make sacrifices for your happiness.
Oh yeah.
Women who truly love you will make sacrifices. Honestly, I've talked to many many men, and women often make more sacrifices than men. But I understand it too, because if women date up, then you kind of need to be on his program,
right?
Because if he's doing better financially, then you kind of need to be his co-pilot. So it makes sense.
What are some examples of the sacrifices? Because I'll be honest, and the people I've talked to, I get that deer in the headlight look when you say, hey, women, you need to sacrifice for your man. They think, well, I leave him alone to do whatever, or what
a lot of time, a lot of things that he could have done for her, but she knows that he's got to get this thing done, so she's making sacrifices for her own attention. It could be the gesture could be giving up on something that they want, or making a difficult decision for the sake of the relationship. Those are gestures of sacrifice that women can do. But these sacrifices, guys, they are made from love and to show the woman's commitment to her partner. So if she's giving up her time, her effort, things that she wanted to do to be on your program, you have to know right then and there you got yourself a good woman.
Like, I guess, for example, you're trying to save money for a house, let's say, or a car or whatever. And she is just nonstop on you. Like, oh, well, if you were a real man, you would, just get me the car I want or take me on the trip that I want. While you both have this understanding that you're saving for a house or some other big purchase or event down the road, or he's trying to get his degree so he can get into that special program to make security for the family or something like that. But if the woman is continually nagging him and like, why are you studying all the time? Or I demand that that we get the brand new Lexus instead of the the A to B transportation car or something. He's doing the best he can, but that's not good enough. I guess that kind of falls in there. She's not willing to sacrifice for the overall good of the family. It's all about her.
Back when we were talking about not talking ill about your ex, Sophie says that the don't bash his father was on the husband's list.
Yeah.
Ladies, we look out for that stuff. We listen. Yeah. Mike says when she buys food, guessing cooking isn't a gift everyone owns. No, not in America.
No.
There's a lot of women who cannot cook a lick.
No. Yeah.
It's a fleeting thing, it seems.
Or they tell you they're not gonna cook. Yeah, I demand. We've all heard now about the Cheesecake Factory incident. So that's I think that's the common knowledge right now with the lady that on the first date she thought that the factory, whatever, the Cheesecake Factory was she was too good for that place.
Yeah,
that type of thing.
I've heard that nonsense.
Yeah.
This one's for you, buddy.
No, I am a different Dwayne. He spells it the wrong way. His is Duane. I'm the other Dwayne. He's the more handsomer one. I'll just go ahead and throw it out there.
Handsomer.
That was very nice of you to say that he looks and sounds different than. He's the far more sophisticated, handsomer guy. I'm the other Dwayne.
They're basically the same guy. He just has a different body, different look, different face. Other than that, spitting images.
Spitting images. Yeah, no, Dwayne does a great. Actually, he's been Eric's interviewed him before, but he's got a great program. His dad's surviving divorce, and he does deep dives in helping people getting through the process of divorce and breakups and all the things that go along with that. A lot of good therapy, discussion, and all that stuff. Does a lot of good work in that area. Actually, on the Pissed Off Parent site, under my therapy page, Dwayne is one of the few people I have on there because his stuff is rock solid. It's good stuff.
Yeah,
the handsomer one's Dwayne, not the uglier one.
We got an unhappy story here. Lizzie says that she takes her boyfriend out every Saturday, but he still steps out on her. Dwayne and I have done a lot of podcasts, Lizzie, that you might want to go back and check on. It'll help you find some telltale signs of cheating. We've done some really good stuff in the past. I would recommend that you go back and take a look at those things.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry to hear that, though.
Yeah, makes the rest of us look bad. Yeah. And there you go. I hate him for that. Yes. Yeah, you know what? He lost out. Shake it off to misquote Taylor Swift and find yourself a good solid guy. Put him through that vetting process. And again, you're never going to be 100%. You just have your list. You have the flags you're going to look at, and you have your own intuition, and you just run. You just do the best that you can. I mean, it's going to happen. It could happen to anybody.
So at the beginning of the podcast, I told you guys that I was going to give you two of my favorites that I look for when I'm trying to determine whether or not she likes me. Here's one of the two. I don't like sharing my personal things, Dwayne.
Right from the vault of Jimmy.
Because it'll be used against me for those that I might date. So I'm giving inside advice to my brain.
I can't imagine a woman having like your podcast ready to go and like, really, Jimmy? This is what you said here.
Yep. But one of the things that I personally look for is when the women I'm dating, she apologizes.
Oh my God.
That's
like a unicorn. That's like
it is a rarity when women apologize. We know it's hard for women to apologize. We know.
Yeah.
Because apologizing means that she has to take accountability.
Ooh, that's like
take accountability for her wrongdoing. And most modern women are horrible at taking accountability. It's another reason why, in my opinion, dating women 40 years old or older may make better partners than women 10 or 20 years younger than them. Every age group, and Dwayne and I have talked about this, there's pros and cons to dating women in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. One of the pros to dating 40 and up is they tend to apologize more than 30s and 20s do.
Yeah, they're still stunning and brave at the earlier ages.
Yeah. When I say modern women, I'm referring mostly to the 35 and younger crowd.
Right. Okay.
So when women mature, I'll leave it at that. When they mature, there's so much shit I want to talk right now, but I'm holding back. I'm holding back.
Okay.
When they mature, they understand that they're not perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
They've reflected on their past relationships.
Right.
And they can actually apologize and mean it. Okay. Let me most women, though, when they apologize, they go through a very, very painful process of apologizing. I feel bad. I feel so bad for what goes through the bodily harm that it places on these women.
Oh, man. That's pretty much it, too. They just, it is rare for, and guys, if she's wrong, we're like, if you apologize and sincerely mean it, then it's over for us and we move on. But I hold on to it. That is like an area that if you've done wrong and you want to apologize for it, I'm like, I don't care what happens. I'm not moving forward on this issue. I'm that petty. I'm like, no, you are going to apologize and mean it.
How dare you?
Dare you?
Mike says it right. A woman that apologizes? Come on. We all know that they would explode if they even attempted an apology. Ladies.
Yeah, for the ladies, I mean,
you
got all these different guys that are saying this. There's some truth to it. There's some women don't apologize.
It's a rarity. I'm giving you valuable shit right here. So I've been thinking about this. Like, why? Why is it so hard for women to apologize? And this is what I come up with.
Okay.
This is what I come up with. I think it's a few things, and I could be wrong because I'm not in the mind of women. But here's my observation. I think that it's a fear of appearing weak. Okay, hear me out. In a world that has bred women to be independent of men,
okay, yeah,
self-efficient, strong women,
stunning, brave,
I think that women may fear that apologizing makes them appear weak or submissive, especially in male-dominated environments. And I think that this fear can lead them to avoid apologizing even when they know they're wrong.
What's funny is that's what we want.
Huh?
You said submissive and respectful. Where have we read and heard and have decades of info on what guys want? That's so weird.
It's so odd.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
It's almost like we said it 14,000 times.
Yeah, and it's in the good book. A couple places.
Yeah, it's almost like the Lord himself has said it. But, what do we know? What does God know?
Yeah.
Another thing, too, I think the reason why women avoid apologizing even when they know they're wrong is because I think there's a fear of backlash a little bit, too. Like, I think some women may fear that apologizing will lead to criticism or negative consequences. And many women, modern women, they feel that they're the prize, that they're the queen. They call each other queens all the time. And I can understand if you were told your entire life that you were a queen and that men should feel privileged for being around you or with you, would you jump at the opportunity to apologize? Probably not. So, because I think apologizing feels too much like humbling.
Yeah.
And queens rarely humble themselves, do they?
Oh, yeah. No, they won't. But actually, I just thought about this because women around women, they're like cat fighting and the crazy back and forth. I wonder if that's their mindset is, they think if they apologize, I mean, a girl apologizing to another girl. I mean, it's like all women hate each other anyway.
Yeah.
So apologizing would be a complete something. I don't know.
And listen to their apology too. Like they use word diarrhea sometimes. Like sometimes they'll say something like this. Well, I apologize that you feel that way.
Exactly. I apologize for you being wrong.
I'm so sorry that hurts your feelings. I'm sorry that you took it that way. That's not an apology.
No, that is not an apology.
All right. I see Sophie and Lizzie in here. This is what they say.
Uh-oh. Yeah, let's get.
I will never apologize for a man again, and never, not again. He looked down on me like I am shit. Okay, hey, do what you want, Lizzie. Do what you want. But I'm just saying that may not be a very effective approach to finding yourself a good man. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to share with you how men think. And if you take the approach of never apologizing, you know what?
Good luck.
Guys in the chat room, you let her know. Would you be interested in dating a woman who has the mindset that because she was hurt in the past by bad men, that she's never going to apologize again? And put in the comment section, would you date a woman that took that approach? I'm just going to leave my personal thoughts out of it.
My thoughts, which are my personal own, not reflective of the Big Show with Jimmy Smith. Hell no. I don't care if you were a 15 on the hot scale and you did all the funny, fun stuff I like. Not happening.
Yeah. I also think that some women, like men, may struggle with self-confidence or self-esteem issues. And I think that that can affect their willingness to admit their fault and also apologize. I think low self-esteem can make it challenging to accept responsibility for mistakes.
Actually, I saw Miss Brandy Ward's comment there. Those queens running it for all of us. Yeah, she and I have had a number of conversations recently, the last several months, and she is really angry at the queens of the world because they have. I mean, and again, she now gets. See, I don't think she was like every other woman initially, but as time has gone on, and I'd make my comments, and she's like, but then she's like, oh, there's some substance to that, and then over time she kind of saw, and she lives with me. I mean, she's around me 24/7.
Yeah,
she's really seeing that these queens and this I ain't gonna do this and blah 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 has screwed it up for all women, because so many guys now are like, I'm not even gonna try to date. I'm not even gonna, not gonna do anything.
So Renee says, well, that was a generalization. As opposed to what, Renee? A specific one-on-one consultation that I'm doing with 500 people that I'm talking to right now? Of course it's a generalization.
Yeah.
I'm broadcasting a message right now. And when you broadcast it, it's broadcasted across the world from different countries. I don't have time or the ability or the research to spend one-on-one doing consultations with each individual person. So yes, ma'am, it is absolutely a generalization. Everything we talk about is generalizing. But if it doesn't apply, then just let it fly.
But there's a lot of guys that have already commented in here about that topic. So,
there's one.
Yeah. No, apologize. When you're wrong, apologize and see what happens.
Try it. I mean, we spent 20 minutes on this one topic.
Yeah.
But you ladies, or you guys are welcome to do what you guys want to do. But you will be held accountable for your actions and the consequences of those decisions. So if you end up 45 alone with 3 cats and a dog, don't come crying. I'm giving you guys good knowledge, and so are the guys here in the comment section, letting you guys know the hearts and the minds of men. Another thing too that we're going to move on. Another thing too that guys look for when they're trying to pick a good woman and trying to determine whether or not she's the right one or whether or not she cares for him is she is his biggest cheerleader.
That's a huge
She's
one.
always there to support him.
Yep.
In a healthy relationship, partners should support and encourage each other.
Yeah.
And when it comes to celebrating successes, women who generally love their man, their partner, they'll be his biggest cheerleader. From small achievements to major milestones.
Right.
A woman's love and pride for her partner, it'll shine through, and men will see that.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're taking notice. That's during the vetting phase. That's one of the things that you vet for. Are they in your corner? If if you had a bad day at work or your car blew up or whatever, how that whole process, how they react to it.
Stop trolling. He says, hey, you know what, Renee, it's all good. Listen, it's all good. Yeah. No heat, no judgment. But if you want the smoke, I'll bring the smoke. Okay, so let's go on. How about, and this one is a pretty common one. I think most men know this one. She shows physical affection.
Oh no.
We kind of we kind of know that if she doesn't like you, she's probably not going to be touching on you. So that's a pretty easy one. Women do not. They don't look men who they are not interested in the eyes very long. They certainly don't touch men that they are not interested in. So if a woman is holding hands, hugging, kissing,
she runs her fingers through your hair. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Moving on. Yeah, I got nothing left. Sorry.
She runs her fingers through your stubble.
There you go.
She scratches your stubble at night.
Yeah. When she always wants to have her hands on you sexually and non-sexually.
Yeah.
That you can tell they want to be close to you, and not just during the winter when their damn feet are freezing.
The feet and fingers.
Oh,
get them icicles off of us.
Talking to you, Brandy.
Brandy.
Ward. Yeah, that time of year.
But physical affection is an essential. It's essential to any romantic relationship, right?
Yeah.
But it takes on a deeper meaning when genuine love is involved.
Yeah.
So whether that's holding hands, cuddling, kissing, these gestures like that, they show a woman's love and desire for her partner.
Yeah.
So when she's doing that, she loves you. She knows she's into you.
Oh yeah. Sex is a big one. Throw it out there.
Planning future together.
Oh yeah.
That's another one too. You'll hear her kind of throw in subtle words and things like that. So when a woman loves her partner, she often envisions a future with him. The vision
is acceptable.
Huh?
Like first date and they're already planning.
No, that's
okay.
A red flag.
Okay, I just want to I want to get everybody on the same page.
He shouldn't be loving you after the first date, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So because if she does, you got a class 5 clinger.
Yeah.
And you better run.
When's like a good time frame? Like you started dating and it's X amount of time down the road, and she throws out the because again, usually you're not living together, and
right.
Then at some point you potentially are living together, and then marriage, kids, or buying a car together or apartment, or different bigger events. When do you think that's like an acceptable, like when it turns from a red flag to a green flag?
When what? When she does what?
When she starts making plans for your future that
gotcha.
are together type plans.
I think a minimum of 3 months.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It all varies. There's so much context that it has to be involved to really give a good one, which is why I'm kind of broad. I'm generalizing again.
Oh yeah.
But if you guys are talking about the future, if she's making plans for the future, then she envisions you in it with her.
Yeah.
And this could mean planning the next weekend or discussing long-term goals and dreams. But if she's talking about the future and you're inputted in that, she's got some level of attraction and possibly love, depending on what she's talking about.
Yeah. And well, on your generalization, I know people want to get my marriage to Brandy. That's goes against this generalization. I mean, we dated for a very short window, and she moved in within a month. So, I mean, there was external factors and other things that would, have to go through and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, she took a chance. I took a chance, and it's worked out great. I mean, there's going to be exceptions to the rule. I mean, we're giving generalizations here. I can agree with everything you've said. And then, my situation worked out differently. But everything you've said is 100% right.
And to your point, if you ask me, hey, when should two people move in together? I would never say a month, right? Because generally speaking,
yes.
Generally speaking, that would not be a good idea.
Right.
I might say after a year, would be a good way, a good time frame. But there's times where you should wait 2 years. There's time frames where you should wait 2 weeks. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just impossible for me to say when I don't know the specifics of the dynamics of a relationship. So when you come on a podcast and it's broadcasted across America and across the other countries, I just have to teach in a way that would be helpful for the masses.
Yeah, that this is when you're doing your vetting process, when you're, going through that, and every situation is a little bit different. But generally speaking, you want to give it an amount of time. And then if you go outside of that generalized time, you better have some good reasons not to, or you're increasing the likelihood that you're going to not have, it's not going to be good for you.
Yeah, Jules thinks 6 months. I think that's
Yeah,
good. I agree. I agree with Jules.
it's gonna be that comfort zone.
Let me think. What else? Planning futures together. Let me think. Let me think. So she'll want to discuss and plan your future together, whether that involves marriage, children, or other long-term commitments. So when she starts talking about that, she's got the future in mind, and you're part of that future.
Christmas ornaments. What do you think?
What do you mean?
Together, the little cute Christmas ornaments. Since we're getting into the
where you guys' faces are on them.
Yeah, you get the little cute whatever. Just put them on the Christmas tree.
Please tell me you and Brandy don't have a Christmas ornament like that.
We don't. The best of my knowledge, we don't. Best of my knowledge, we don't.
No one here believes you right now. Another thing too that both men and women do, this is transferable, is that they are into you when they remember little details.
Yes,
because they're paying attention. They're learning you.
Okay.
What?
Like you farted on an ottoman in Las Vegas when we were there. Like those details, like
the sweet little details like that. Yes.
Okay. All right. So Brandy loves me then. Okay.
It was a gesture of love, I'm sure.
Yes. It was. My heart, my lower GI was blowing her a kiss.
Just the wrong end.
Wrong end. Yeah, it got confused. Yeah. But yeah, they do. They remember those little things. They remember the color of your eyes. They remember your first date. The time frame is whatever you're comfortable with, but it's up to you to make sure your partner's aware of that. Yes, exactly.
That's it. That's it. So when it comes to remembering little details, women are often known for their attention to detail, way more so than men. And this trait, I think, becomes even more apparent when it comes to talking about a partner that they love, that they care about. Mm-hmm. So whether remembering their favorite food or an important date, the little small details like this show that the woman is invested in the relationship and pays attention to her partner.
Yeah.
So trust me, she's not thinking about the first date that you went on 8 months ago or an anniversary if she didn't like you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Another thing too is laughing together. Laughing together is an essential part of a relationship. I mean, that's a big part of Brandy's and Dwayne's relationship.
Well, I gotta disagree there because it was our first encounter together, and she laughed a whole bunch at me and kind of broke the mood.
You must be referring to your first sexual encounter together.
Unfortunately, yeah. We laughed quite a bit. It was a little off-putting, but I still muscled through. But it was, you gotta be careful when you laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can really hurt a man's feelings.
You can.
What's a second personal one you look for? It's coming up.
Yep.
It's coming up. Stay tuned. So, let me think. Ways that women know they love you. How about when she supports you during tough times?
Oh boy, that is very counter hypergamy. Which means a winner. Yeah, she's a winner.
Which means she's a winner.
Chris Rock, I think it was Chris Rock, made the joke that she won't leave you when you lose your job, but that time just started ticking.
Yeah,
when that happened.
Yeah. So when she supports you through tough times, that's a telltale one. And Dwayne, this about me. That was an issue I had with my marriage.
Yep. Oh yeah.
When tough times came, I didn't feel like I was supported very well, and we talked about that.
Yep.
So that's a red flag for me. That's not my second one that I was referring to, but that's a big one.
That's a big one, yeah.
And it's a big one for a lot of guys too, because a lot of guys feel like all they're good for is to provide resources to women, right? And when women stick with their man through tough times, it goes a long ways for a man.
Oh yeah.
Life is full of ups and downs. We all know it. Having a supportive partner makes all the difference during challenging times.
Oh yeah.
Women in love will stand by their partner through thick and thin.
For better or for worse.
Yeah, for better or for worse. Women who are in love will support your goals, aspirations, providing encouragement and a shoulder to lean on during the difficult times you're going through. There is nothing that a man wouldn't want to hear more than, babe, right now it's raining. I get it. It's tough times. I believe in you, though. I'm here for you. I know that you're the guy. Big things are happening in your future.
Yep.
Keep plowing through. Giving that kind of support goes a long ways for these guys. They'll run through a wall for you. They'll run through a effing wall for you if you support them like that.
Well, people say they want a partner. That's a partner. When you're a partner, you have good times and you have bad times.
Yeah.
And for guys, we're used to the woman coming along at the right before the finish line and going, "Yay, we made it."
Yeah.
You weren't there. The sleepless nights, the foreclosure notices, all the other issues. You want to get there at the end and say, "You did. We did something." We want something that we can build our empire with. The ups and downs and values everything. And when they are like, you lose a job or your car blows up or certain setbacks, whatever that is, and then they start dipping on you. We know that you don't love us at that point. You never did.
Another one that's very important to men and women, but it's certainly important to me, is and I've been stung with this in my past relationships, is her being open and honest.
Oh God, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, sneaky phone. And we've done a number of episodes on it. Yeah, the phone, the all that nonsense. Oof. Yeah.
Honesty is crucial in a relationship. And you know what? Not just women, but men, they can feel when something's wrong. They can feel that frequency. They know something's just not right. They don't know what it is, but there's something that ain't right. And when your spidey sense goes off, it's not a good feeling living in that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling.
You don't want to lie about small things. I mean, big things, you definitely don't want to lie about. Small things, you need to be 100% open, honest, transparent across the board on everything. I know I'm so old now that I mean, if I had to do it all over again, I probably couldn't, because I see the way a lot of these relationships are out there. Like, well, I like him, but I want to keep my options open. I want to do this, all this little shady crap. I got nothing.
It's nowadays women with the ability to talk to multiple men when they're in a relationship with you, their insatiable desire, the insatiable craving for attention. It's often that women are always talking to some other man, right. your replacement, her backup plan. So this takes on a way deeper meaning when there's love involved between two people.
Well, if you have love, you're not seeing other guys, or you don't have other guys in your DM. You're not sending little pictures out to them or communicating with them as a backup. If you love your man, you love your man, and vice versa. Again, everything you can transfer man to woman, woman to man. It's the same both ways. If you're with your man, there is no one else. You're not going out with the girls and seeing other guys and giving him any reason to question your guys' relationship. Yeah. And women will nod their head. They'll nod their head yes, and
still do it. Freaking do it, man.
And look at you stupid or something when you point it out to them. They're like, "What? No, I don't do that. There's a guy in your DM right now. What? I don't understand what you're talking about.
Oh, he's just a friend.
Yeah, they. You know what? There was a Biz Markie song about it. The Biz Markie. They say she's just a friend. Oh, baby.
Women who love their partners will be open and honest.
Yeah,
they'll be open and honest about their feelings, even if that means having difficult conversations.
Right.
This honesty that I'm talking about, it builds trust, it builds strength, it builds the foundation of the relationship, offering comfort and strength in times of need.
Mm-hmm.
When there's always going to be times in a relationship where one of the two parties don't feel as confident, and knowing that the other person is open and honest and will be open and honest, even if the message is not all that good to hear.
Right. Yeah.
Goes a long ways. So her communication is softer than what you're used to. When she's open and honest, it'll be softer. She'll listen a little more than she talks. She'll try to understand instead of trying to be understood. She'll actively work towards a healthy communication because she knows it's essential in any loving relationship. And she works at active listening as well. So
God gave you 2 ears, 1 mouth.
Women who love you understand what I just said. So having open and honest conversations and working to resolve conflicts in a constructive way, when she's doing that, guys, you know you got yourself a winner. When she is seeking to understand more than she's seeking for you to for her to be understood, that's when you know you got yourself a winner. When she's open and honest. Even when it's not going to feel good. Because I think that most men, they would rather hear the honest truth than be told a lie that makes them feel better.
Right.
Showing affection in public is one way of knowing.
Oh yeah.
PDA, public
displays of affection. Yes.
Displays of affection, you know. I mean, some couples, you know, in all fairness, some couples might feel
it's not their thing. Yeah.
You know, it's not their thing. They want to keep their stuff private. Cool. But women in love often publicly show physical affection for their partner, holding hands, stealing a kiss from time to time. It shows that she's proud to be with you and she wants the world to know it, you know?
Yeah. Brandy walks up to me in public, grabs the back of my head, rips it back a little bit in the middle of her, grabs my butt and gives me a wet one on the lips. Oh,
Doesn't she do that in the bedroom too, where she grabs you by your hair and she pulls you back and she smacks your ass? And
yeah, well, that was back hair.
I wasn't supposed to tell people that, was I? Sorry.
That was our secret talk time. But no, at home it's more she grabs my back hair. That's the she pulls that back like a mane and
like a lion. She's mounted on you like a lion. She grabs your back hair and she's like, ha, ha.
That goes back to that physical affection part. Yeah. Show me you're mean it. Show me you're in it.
Let's see what we got in the comments section. I know
people are probably throwing up right now.
Jules is like, hey, you make him a good cup of coffee.
Well, decent coffee.
She was raised in a dysfunctional home. Mom did not support dad through the rough time. Told her that she taught me she taught me what not to do in a marriage. Yeah.
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 Good for you, Sophie. And that's the thing that goes back to what you were talking about earlier about, you know, kids are watching all these things and they're learning what to do and hopefully, you know, what not to do. And thankfully, Sophie picked up on the what not to do and tried not to do it. Yeah, sorry, Blue.
We're trying to keep it clean. I saw an opportunity for a bad joke. I took it. My apologies.
I'm a little shocked it was you, not me, but yeah. I've been trying to keep it above the gutter line all evening, which is
good. Blue. Just one more bad joke, okay? I won't say it. I'll let Michael say it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God. That's not on me, Blue. That's not on me. You're my boy, Blue. All right.
Jar of peanut butter. Anyway, moving on.
You know she loves you. You know she loves you when she wants to make memories together.
Yes.
Okay? When a woman loves her man, women will embark on a remarkable journey to create lasting memories. They love memories. That could be shared travels, uncharted destinations, ventures into new experiences, even the simplest moments of togetherness. Women will cherish these instances and fortifies their connection with you. It's like a beautiful reminder of the love that you guys have. Spending quality time together is a hallmark of love that women genuinely appreciate and desire. So that could be going on dates, that could be watching movies, a picnic like you and Sophie did. Not you and her, but both.
I'm like going, whoa.
You did it with Brandy. Sophie did it with her man.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little talk later with Mrs. Ward.
So, creating memories. Okay, so I promise I'll give you two. Here's my second one.
Number two.
This is one way that I know that a woman loves you or she likes you. When she spends her money on you.
What? Oh no.
Women do not spend their money, man.
I know. I'm like going, wait, women spend money on.
They don't spend their money. Women like it, and it's kind of traditional where men fund the relationship,
Yeah.
We pay for lunches, we pay for dinners, we pay for dates. Most men understand and like that. Women like to be taken care of as well, but when a woman spends her money on you, you know she likes you. I remember one time I was dating this girl, had a couple dates. I go to work the next day. This guy calls my phone and says, "Hey, I'm so-and-so with so-and-so treats. I'm trying to find your place." I go, "Buddy, you got the wrong number. I don't know what you're talking about." He goes, "This is Jimmy Smith, right?" "Yes, sir." He goes, "Yeah, I've got a delivery for you." "You got a delivery from me?" "Yes." "Okay, well, I'm over here in this address." "Okay, I'll drop it off." The girl that I was dating bought me these gourmet cookies, and it had like a little balloon, and it was wrapped up real nice. It was like a female. It was like a male, like men bring flowers.
Right.
That was like the female version of it.
Wow.
And I come walking into the little pit where all the guys were, and they're like, everyone's like, "Hey, what's that? What's that?" I'm like, "Hey, this girl I'm dating bought me cookies." And I was passing out cookies to the guys that work there and stuff. And of course, they wanted to know all the ins and outs of this girl I'm dating. But, those cookies aren't cheap, man.
Yeah.
Those things are like $4 or $5 a pop, probably. And there's probably a dozen of them in there. So she that was a kind gesture. And I've had other situations where women have spent their money, and that's a good telltale sign. When a woman spends her money on you, she likes you.
Wow, that's I'll just say it's a rare treat. Wow. Okay.
Hold on. What did Blue say? That's bull. I bought a guy Starbucks on the first date. Okay. That's not quite what I was talking about, but okay.
Yes, and this I see a trend in some of the things, and I'm wanting the women to kind of hear what we're saying, because there's a tendency like, "Oh, bull, that doesn't happen in my situation," or again, it may not be your specific situation. I mean, I've had times where Brainy's bought me things, but when you look at the percentages and the odds and all that, it's usually lopsided quite a bit. It's just normal.
Yeah.
But like buying on the first date. Usually, I mean, I hear nowadays they go halvesies and all that. I'm talking about
we're not talking about that.
Yeah, she did something nice for you just out of the blue to make you feel special.
Right.
That's not and I see a lot of women not getting that part of it. They're missing the point of what we were talking about. The whole fairy tale land and all that stuff.
Yeah, and Sophie says, and then you get to brag about the gifts. Makes it all better.
Sophie gets it.
Ladies, some of you guys might be going, "Hey, is that really a big deal for guys?" Well, let me share a comment that Mike says. Because he never gets it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like, guys are like, "Seriously?" Well, then I guess I'm out, because it never happens for us. It's just a rare thing. It's not the only, obviously it's not the only way to tell if a woman likes you, right?
Yeah.
But that is a good sign, because women don't generally spend their money on, they certainly don't spend their money on guys they're not interested in.
Exactly. Yeah. And conversely, guys don't, well, may, but we don't do it for women. I mean, the ladies that are listening, if you're wanting to, show a guy you love him, that would be a way to do it, which is, again, things women only do with the men they love.
Yeah. So, I mean, these small acts of kindness and thoughtfulness, such as the surprise gifts, preparing a favorite meal, doing chores, helping him with something, these are common expressions of love, and it's commonly known that the expectations are that men finance the relationship. So when women don't come off their walls easily. So when your girl slaps down her card for dinner or surprises you with a just because gift, that's a telltale sign she adores you.
Yeah.
Women don't spend money on the men they don't like, period. So before I close this out, let's go to the comment section. Yeah. I see Jeff and Mike going back and forth. Those two poor guys. Whoever's dating Jeff and Mike, please buy them something. These guys.
They're not feeling the love. They're talking about 4 different languages. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What a little bromance going on there.
Come on. I mean,
Jeff and Michael together. I don't know.
Jeff's about to buy Michael a just because present.
Yeah, they're inspired to each other.
But guys, in closing, as we come to the close of this episode, it's essential to remember that determining if someone's in love with you is rarely a straightforward task. Okay, love is complex, and it's a multifaceted emotion. People express that in countless different unique ways. So what we've explored today are just some common signs and indicators, but they're not foolproof, right? These are just common signs. The key lies in communication, empathy, and trust. It's about being open to the understanding that the nuances of your partner's feelings and emotions, and it's equally important to be in touch with your own as well, because true love often thrives in an environment of mutual respect, vulnerability, and reciprocity. The most reliable way to know if someone loves you is by engaging in heartfelt conversations. Ask questions, share feelings, create a space where both of you can be honest and authentic. It may require some time. It's certainly going to require patience. But as you navigate the complexities of love, remember that the journey itself is a significant part of what makes love so profound. In the end, love is not just about those 3 little words. It's about the actions and the intentions that accompany them. So trust your instincts, listen to your heart, and most importantly, cherish the loves that you both share. Guys, I want to thank you for joining in today's episode of The Big Show. I really appreciate all the comments and stuff.
Yeah.
Guys,
they were lively tonight. Yeah, that was awesome.
They were lively all the way from Switzerland, not Sweden, but Switzerland. But I want to thank you guys for joining into today's episode of The Big Show, hosted by Jimmy Smith, alongside of me, my buddy Dwayne Ward. We are here every Sunday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. He is the shit show supervisor here on the show. You guys have a fantastic week, and we'll see you guys next week.